Hello there guys, welcome back to Younes Talks Football, welcome back to a brand new video. I hope all of you are doing well today. It's the day after England's performance against Serbia at the Euros. I gave you guys my match review yesterday. It was restricted to the one video yesterday, not two, so make sure you go and check that out if you haven't done so already, where we saw the three lions show up, but realistically, like I said yesterday, we got the three cats instead, despite a 1-0 win. But you know what's crazy about international football, and especially with England? Everyone's on the same page. Apologies. Unlike club football, where there's so much split opinion, you know, there's this extreme and there's that extreme, and with England, everyone sees it the same way. It's actually refreshing. After a season of constant divided opinion, it's nice to be able to see that everyone can see it from the same lens. Except Gareth Southgate. But we will see what happens throughout the tournament. We play Denmark on Thursday. So Denmark-England is going to be the one to really start caring about. Anyway, make sure you're here for all of the content as it drops on here for that. But we're going to go back to the normal club transfer news. Video number 1. We're going to get cracking. Starting off with the latest on Jhon Duran. Got a couple of other things to discuss as well as Man United towards the end of this video. So stay tuned. But let's get cracking with Jhon Duran. Here's the latest from Fabrizio Romano. Chelsea are expected to make a decision soon on Jhon Duran's situation after talks with Aston Villa over a swap deal. Chelsea are also considering other options for new striker, but talks also with Duran's agent already took place. He wants to move up to the club now. So, the way that I see this, right, clearly a deal is not done, as in done yet, but contacts have already begun. Jhon Duran, we already know, is absolutely up for this, right? He wants to move. But how do I see this? Personally, look, I'm happier that this won't be just pure cash, that there will be, if we do get Jhon Duran, it will be part of a swap deal. I'm actually cool with that because there are players there that we can offload, right? So cool. But like I've mentioned before, I don't want Jhon Duran being the only striker we bring in. Like, he is the guy. That's it. Like, no. That's just, I think that's going to leave us restricted. Now, if we do get this done, who should go the other way? That's a debate, and it depends who Aston Villa is interested in and who we can get done. I hope we don't send someone of high value and then, you know, even add cash onto it for someone like Jhon Duran. I think would be getting done. But if we get a swap deal done, cool. I wouldn't be against having Jhon Duran in that capacity, but I still want another striker coming in. Now, if we're going to talk about logical options that are out there, it's not going to be Victor Osimhen. He costs too much. It's just not going to be. And it's not just Chelsea. No one's paying that money, it seems. Everyone's broke, right? Fair enough. So there's that. Or not broke, but they can't, you know, throw their books out of the window like that. So that's not happening. Sesko is staying at Leipzig. That's not happening. Alvarez is someone who I would absolutely take, but it seems like Chelsea don't want to pay that much money. Well, cool. There is another option here. And there's been one link on this player, and for me, not enough. I hope it's a real link. That link did come from Germany, but I hope it's a real link, and it makes sense, not just in terms of getting the player, but even financially. If finances are our concern and worry, this still makes complete sense. Guirassy from Stuttgart. Yes, he's 28, but he costs 17 million. What are we doing here? I would happily have Guirassy, who did bag in 30 goals last season, to come into Chelsea, at least on the short term, to make us think about who is the striker we can really target down the line in a couple of years from now, right? It buys us some time. And in buying us time, it does give time for Jackson and a Duran to show us what you can do. Whilst we are covered with Guirassy, show us what you can do then. You got time. So, develop and let's see what happens. I think it's the perfect stopgap in terms of the players that we have, if we were to bring in Duran even, and to at least hopefully guarantee us some goals going into next season, and it doesn't cost a lot. So, my outlook on this is, if you're going to get Duran, make it make sense. And don't let him be the only striker we go for. Because if we do that, I think we are in trouble. If we don't get Duran, if we can't get a swap deal done, if it's not going to happen, cool. Go and get Guirassy and we'll be okay. Duran is not a must for me. He's not a must. But whether we like it or not, I think we need to go and get a Guirassy. It's as simple as that. So let me know your thoughts down below. That's the latest with Jhon Duran. We'll see what happens and what player goes the other way. Now, there's been question marks about a central defender. Apologies. Which central defender? Well, let's get into it. Fabrizio saying the position remains clear for Chelsea. Levi Colwill is untouchable. Crucial player and staying. If anything was to happen, Levi would have to tell the club that he wants to go. At the moment, Chelsea have no message from the player. This is interesting because, like I mentioned before, Levi Colwill has still not shut this down. He has the chance to shut this down. He's not shut it down. If you remember, when there was the whole rumour about him maybe heading back to Brighton, he did in the end come out and shut it down. We need the same thing now. Because Florian Plettenberg, a couple of days ago, whilst we were getting ready for the England content to come out, did come out and say Bayern are interested, Bayern are struggling in terms of financially being able to afford someone like Levi Colwill based on the valuation that Chelsea would offer. But Levi Colwill is happy to do the move. Florian Plettenberg's words. He's open to a move to Bayern Munich. I'm sorry, right now, all of these signs that we are being shown is making it look like Levi Colwill is just happy to go. We need certainty from the player here. Simple as that. Do you want to stay or not? Shut this down if this is all rubbish. And if you don't shut it down, I'm sorry. It would be only logical for us to start entertaining such ideas. That, yeah, maybe he wants to go. Maybe he's open to a move. And I'm sorry, right now, I do understand, and I won't have anything against Levi Colwill, personally. I won't have, if he's open to a move, if he wants to go, I won't be against that. It's his career, and right now, let's be real, Chelsea are not exactly in prime position, are they? Now, if he wants to go, well, let's entertain a move then. But he needs to come and shut it down. If he shuts it down, I'll be more than happy to keep Levi Colwill because I think there's a top central defender there. But he needs to shut it down. So, let's see. It seems like Chelsea are not open to sell. I'm not really buying this completely from Fabrizio Romano. I think Chelsea will be happy to keep Levi Colwill, but I think if the player is open to a move, and if a club is properly interested, I think Chelsea wouldn't hesitate. Because financially, it makes sense to them too. He will be pure profit, and he'd be a lot of pure profit. He won't go cheap. So it would help Chelsea. I think Chelsea are probably in a position where they're like, okay, no, we'd happily keep the player. But if there is an opportunity to sell and he's happy to go, well, cool, get it done. I think that's where Chelsea stand. Unlike other central defenders. I don't feel like they'll feel the same with Guirassy or Guirassy because that cost them money. So you get the gist. That's where my opinion, that's how I think Chelsea are looking at it. So let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think Levi Colwill wants to stay? Do you think he's open to a move? Or where do you stand on this? And would you keep Levi Colwill or would you be happy to let him go? Let me know down below. Much appreciated. Let's move to one other rumour I think that got killed off pretty quickly. This is Fabrizio. Chelsea have been in attendance several times this year to watch Kvaratskhelia at Napoli, but not being in the Champions League could see them drop out of the race. Napoli came out and actually had to make it public that this player is under contract. We ain't letting him go. He doesn't control this situation. We do. They actually came out and said that. He's got a contract. You're not going anywhere, mate. We're not selling you. End of story. Right? So now, Kvaratskhelia has also publicly said, I don't know him or his agent, that they want to play the Euros. They're not thinking about all of this first. They will entertain this afterwards. But they have made it clear that they do want to leave Napoli. So, but where to, we'll figure it out after the Euros. But they do want to go. So, this is player versus club. There's a big saga now looking to boil to the brim with this, with Napoli and Kvaratskhelia. So, this is going to be an interesting one. But I do agree. I do think Chelsea could easily be outpriced and just outdone on this possible deal. I just don't think it'll happen. Yeah, we're not in Champions League football, and that's something that restricts you from these sort of players, I think. So Let's see what happens. Where do you think he'll end up if he does leave Napoli? Much appreciated. Now let's move to Manchester United before we call an end to this video. Erik ten Hag has done some talking. He's done some talking. He's staying at Manchester United, but he's come out publicly. Obviously, he is covering the Euros, I think, over at the Netherlands. He's a pundit for this tournament. So he's speaking. What is he saying? Let's get into it. Manchester United flew me in Ibiza to tell me that I was going to stay. So they disturbed my holiday. They suddenly stood at my doorstep, he said, smiling at NOS studio Voetbal. Now, yeah, Ibiza, however you want to say it, right? I know the Spanish call it Ibiza. Or Ibiza. But anyway, the English, we kill any language. Ibiza. So anyway, he was in Ibiza, and basically it seemed like that was the case. Man United just all of a sudden did stand at his doorstep, and that is where we knew and we found out that he's staying at Man United. They've decided to keep him, but here's his version of events, and I laugh. I saw this and I laughed. Check this out. Manchester United have told me that they spoke with Thomas Tuchel. Yes. They said they eventually came to the conclusion that they already have the best manager. You know what? I prefer not to speak. If that's what you want to believe, go with it, mate. Go with it. Yes, that's what happened. That is what yes, Man United made all the effort to speak to Thomas Tuchel, and then after speaking with Thomas Tuchel, they decided, no, we got the best guy. Erik ten Hag in all the way. Yeah, give him a new deal. Yeah, okay, mate. Okay, all right. So, let's be honest. That's not what happened, is it? Let's be real. Come on. It's obvious. And we heard this before. It's obvious. Thomas Tuchel just went, you're not giving me what I want. Yeah. I'm not happy here. You're not being decisive. See you later. I'm not wasting time. So United had to settle, innit? I mean, let's be honest. That's what's happened. It's so obvious. But anyway, if Ten Hag wants to cope that way, cool. You do that. Good sir. Now, Ten Hag spoken about England. This is where it gets interesting. He spoke about England last night against Serbia. Check this out. He says it's the vision of the manager, Southgate. England takes a 1-0 lead, then he decides to start gambling with making his team compact and relying on moments for the remaining minutes of the game. Ten Hag decided to cook Southgate once he got the chance. I agree with Ten Hag here, right? I agree with him. He's right. Everything he's just said is spot on with what Gareth Southgate done for England last night. Bang on the money. We scored a goal and then we just tried to shut everything down. We scored in the first half and we tried to shut the game down from that moment. I agree. It's crazy. It's ridiculous, right? We got the win, but if you want to hear my thoughts, you can check out that review from yesterday. I agree. But talk about the pot calling the kettle black. Talk about that. Mate, look in the mirror. How is it you set Manchester United up many a times last season? Now, Man United fans will say, but we won the FA Cup. Fair enough. I would say Ten Hag, yes, is trophies are trophies. More accomplished with United than Southgate is with England. That is true. But his way is also your way in a slightly different, it's not identical, but it's the same principle, right? Anyway, weird from Ten Hag to be able to say that with chest, and with a blank face, like he doesn't do the same. But anyway, it's amusing. We'll see what Ten Hag does at Manchester United going into next season. I'll be honest, like I said, I'm not worried. I think it would have been hilarious if Southgate or someone took the United job, but I'm not concerned with Ten Hag still being United manager. If they got Thomas Tuchel now, I'd be like, okay, crap, we're in trouble. There's a problem now. There is a problem. But no, Ten Hag for me, not a problem. So we'll see. I want to ask you guys in the comments as I end, Your early predictions. Where do you think United are going to end up in the league table next season? And do you think they will win anything? Let me know. League position finish, and will they win any other cup? Let me know down below. Much appreciated. And I will see all of you later on tonight for video number 2 as we go through what has transpired from now up until later on. So make sure you're here for all of that. Hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to be notified once I've uploaded. Check out the socials on screen and in the description. I will see all of you later tonight. Have a good one, people. See you lot then. Take care and peace.